Imagine a peaceful autumn morning where the air feels freshly cleansed by the gentle rain of the night before. The sky stretches endlessly, painted a serene blue, dotted with a few white clouds lazily drifting by. Golden leaves fall softly, forming a delicate carpet on the narrow path winding through the park. A light breeze carries the earthy scent of damp soil and fresh grass, calming the soul. In a quiet corner of the park, there's an old wooden bench where Mark, an elderly man, often sits to begin his day. Mark, now 75 years old, is a man with deep-set eyes that hold countless stories of his life. His silver-white hair glimmers in the sunlight, making him a symbol of calm and wisdom. He sits there, holding a cup of hot coffee in his hand, his gaze fixed on the distant horizon. It's as if he's observing every subtle movement of life around him. The sparrows chirping on the branches, a young couple holding hands as they stroll, and children playing joyfully among the falling leaves. In his younger days, Mark was a busy man, caught up in the whirlwind of work. He was a senior manager at a large company, dedicating most of his time and energy to building his career. Day after day, his life revolved around endless meetings, business trips, and relentless financial goals. But now, having crossed the threshold of 70, his life has slowed down. Instead of pressure-filled meetings, he spends his mornings walking in the park, savoring sips of coffee, and reflecting on life. Sitting on his familiar wooden bench, Mark has come to realize that the true meaning of life isn't found in the material possessions he once owned, not in the luxurious cars, the grand house, or the extravagant vacations. Instead, life's meaning lies in the spiritual values he has built and nurtured over the years. It is in the simple yet profound moments he has shared with family, friends, and even within himself. People often say that old age is a well-deserved reward after years of hard work. But Mark realizes that old age is not just a reward, it's also a challenge. It demands that one face losses, changes, and the inevitable limitations of time. How can one find happiness in the twilight years? How can one discover joy and peace as the years advance? These questions had lingered in Mark's mind for a long time, and through days of introspection, he has drawn 5 invaluable lessons from his own life. These lessons are not grand or complex. They are simple truths that hold immense power and meaning. Mark believes these lessons have not only helped him live fully, but can also serve as inspiration for anyone embarking on the journey of aging. Mark vividly recalls the day he first realized the importance of health. It was a morning more than 10 years ago when he woke up and felt his body was no longer as strong as it used to be. He understood that health is not just about avoiding illness, but is the key to enjoying the simple joys of life, like walking under the trees, feeling the warmth of the sun on his skin, or simply breathing in fresh air. Health is the greatest gift you can give yourself, he often says. Beyond health, Mark also recognizes that financial stability is an essential element of a happy old age. He doesn't need to be wealthy, but having enough to live comfortably, freely, and independently gives him a special sense of peace. He takes pride in the years he spent working hard and saving carefully, which have allowed him to live without financial worries in his later years. However, what Mark feels most grateful for is his family and the relationships he has built over time. Family is not only where he finds comfort, but also the source of motivation that keeps him living with purpose. The evenings spent gathered with his children and grandchildren, the phone calls checking in from loved ones, all these moments are what he cherishes the most. But life isn't only about family. Friendship is also an indispensable part of Mark's journey. In old age, he realizes that close friends are a source of joy, understanding, and sometimes the empathy that even family cannot provide. Friends are the family you choose, he says with a warm smile. Finally, the most important thing Mark has learned is to live with purpose. He spends his time teaching music to children in his neighborhood, journaling, and participating in charitable activities. Every day is an opportunity to create value and enjoy life, he says. As Mark looks back on his life, he has no regrets. He feels proud of what he has achieved, not in terms of material accomplishments, but in the way he has lived, wholeheartedly, meaningfully, and with love. This is not just Mark's story, but a reminder for all of us. Life, whether short or long, becomes far more valuable when we cherish what truly matters. And as Mark often says, When you grow old, make sure not to lack these 5 important things. 1. Health, the foundation of a meaningful life. Mark sat on his familiar wooden bench in the park, watching golden leaves fall gently at his feet. Sunlight streamed softly through the trees, illuminating his silver-white hair. At 75 years old, he had traveled a long journey, and what he cherishes most now is his health. I used to think health was simply about not being sick, he shared, but in truth, health is everything. Looking back to when he was 65, Mark began to notice his body was no longer as agile as it used to be. Tasks that once seemed simple, climbing stairs, taking long walks down familiar streets, or even bending down to tie his shoes, had become challenges. His knees ached after a day of moving around, and at times he felt out of breath after walking up a short incline. Instead of resigning himself to these changes as an inevitable part of aging, Mark decided to make a change. He didn't want to just exist. He wanted to live, to savor each moment and every breath he took. His first step was to adjust his lifestyle. He joined yoga classes for seniors at a nearby community center. At first, I thought yoga wasn't for me, but those gentle movements ended up making my body more flexible, he recounted. Simple stretches not only improved his joint mobility, but also brought him a sense of relaxation and peace he had never felt before. I don't do yoga to become young again, but to enjoy every breath and heartbeat, he said with a warm smile. Alongside exercising, he also began paying closer attention to his diet. Previously, his meals were often rushed and consisted of convenience foods to save time during his busy working years. But now, he learned to care for his body through thoughtful food choices. His mornings often started with a bowl of oatmeal topped with fresh fruit, while lunch and dinner included simple yet nourishing dishes like grilled salmon, steamed vegetables, and a drizzle of olive oil. Food is not just about fueling the body. It's a way to remind myself that I deserve care, he said. Every morning, Mark made it a habit to take a walk around the park, soaking in the fresh air and the gentle feeling of his feet on the ground. Just walking a little, observing the nature around me, feels like a rebirth, he shared. These slow steps not only helped him maintain his fitness, but also connected him to the calming rhythm of life. For him, these simple moments were priceless. Mark also realized that health is not just about the body, it's deeply tied to the mind. He spent time reading books, solving crossword puzzles, and occasionally challenging himself with brain games on his tablet. Keeping your mind active is as important as caring for your body. It's how I stay sharp and full of energy each day, he said. He emphasized that an optimistic outlook and laughter are the most powerful remedies against aging. Through these small yet meaningful changes, Mark not only felt healthier, but also rediscovered joy in the simplest aspects of life. Health isn't about extending the number of years in your life. It's about making the years you have truly meaningful, he reflected. To him, health isn't a destination, but a journey he chooses to embark on every day. A journey of self-love and appreciation for the gift of living. 2. Financial stability, the pillar of freedom. In old age, having enough money to live comfortably is not just about material security, it brings a profound sense of freedom. I don't need to be wealthy, Mark said, but I want to have enough so that I don't depend on anyone. For him, financial stability is not about amassing immense wealth, but about having a smart and sustainable life plan. Mark shared that from a young age, he understood the importance of saving and long-term financial planning. He wasn't someone who earned a lot of money, but he maintained the habit of setting aside a portion of his income every month. Initially, the savings were small, but through persistence and discipline, he gradually built up a significant fund. I didn't wait until I was earning more to start saving, he explained. I started with what I had. In addition to saving, Mark also invested carefully. Instead of chasing high-risk, high-reward opportunities, he opted for stable investment channels like retirement funds and life insurance. I wasn't looking for high returns. I was looking for stability, he said. This approach ensured that his finances were not only sustainable, but also grew steadily over time. However, Mark emphasized that achieving financial stability isn't just about the numbers. He chose a simple lifestyle, avoiding unnecessary expenses. Rather than buying luxurious things, I invested in experiences, he shared. He believed that a trip to a new destination, an art class he loved, or even a peaceful afternoon in the park brought far greater value than material possessions. Thanks to his savings, Mark was not only able to cover his daily living expenses, but also fulfill dreams he had long cherished. He frequently traveled, attended painting and writing workshops, or simply gave small gifts to friends and family on special occasions. These activities not only enriched his life, but also made him feel active and relevant in society. Financial stability is not just about having money in the bank, Mark explained. It's about feeling that you can take care of yourself and still have the ability to enjoy life. For him, financial independence freed him from the pressure of dependence and gave him opportunities to pursue what he loved, from chasing passions to creating beautiful memories with his family and friends. Mark was also mindful that not everyone was as fortunate as he was in achieving financial stability. For those struggling, he encouraged them to explore community or government support programs, such as retirement plans, health insurance, or social assistance. Asking for help isn't a sign of weakness, he said. It's a way to take care of yourself and ensure a better life. More importantly, Mark believed that money is merely a tool to support life, not its ultimate goal. Your worth isn't determined by your wealth, he emphasized. It lies in how you live, love, and treat others. For him, financial stability was like a key that opened the door of freedom, allowing him to enter his later years with confidence, peace, and fulfillment. Concluding his story, Mark shared a principle he always held dear. Start preparing for the future today. No matter what stage of life you're in, what you do now will lay the foundation for your freedom to enjoy life in the years to come. 3. A loving family, the sanctuary of the soul. Family has always been the greatest source of encouragement for Mark. He has 2 children and 3 grandchildren, and they are the center of his world. No matter how busy life gets, Mark ensures he dedicates time to nurturing these relationships. Whether it's a quick phone call to check in, a handwritten birthday card, or organizing family reunions during the holidays, he finds joy and purpose in staying connected to those he loves. Family is never perfect, Mark often says with a thoughtful tone, but we need to cherish and forgive each other. He believes that while misunderstandings and disagreements are inevitable, the strength of a family lies in its ability to heal and grow together. We don't get to choose our family, but we can choose how we nurture those bonds, he explains. Mark has always prioritized family time, creating moments of connection that stay with him and his loved ones long after the gatherings are over. He recalls summer barbecues in the backyard, where the aroma of grilled food mixed with the laughter of his grandchildren playing tag. During the colder months, family dinners were held around the dining table, with stories and jokes shared over warm bowls of soup. These simple yet meaningful rituals reminded everyone of the love that bound them together. Even with the demands of modern life pulling people in different directions, Mark finds ways to bridge the gap. With his children and grandchildren living in different cities, technology has become his ally. Video calls are a regular occurrence, allowing him to watch his granddaughter's piano recitals or hear his grandson excitedly talk about his first soccer goal. Distance doesn't mean disconnection, Mark often says. Even if you're miles apart, you can still show that you care. Mark also values the role of forgiveness in family relationships. He admits there were times when misunderstandings strained his bond with his children. But as he grew older, he realized that holding on to resentment only weighed him down. Letting go of past grievances is the greatest gift you can give yourself and your family, he shares. Reaching out with kindness and an open heart, even after years of silence or conflict, has helped him rebuild bridges and strengthen the ties that truly matter. For Mark, family isn't just about blood ties. He believes family is defined by love and loyalty. It could be a close friend who stood by you through life's challenges, or a neighbor who checks in on you every week. Family is the sanctuary where your soul finds comfort, he says, and that sanctuary can take many forms. As a grandfather, Mark has embraced the role of a storyteller, passing down lessons and memories to the younger generation. He often sits with his grandchildren, sharing tales of his childhood or the wisdom he's gained from his experiences. These stories, rich with humor and heart, are his way of leaving a legacy, a gift that will stay with his grandchildren long after he's gone. But family is also about receiving, not just giving. Mark has learned to accept help from his children and grandchildren when he needs it, whether it's with household chores or decisions about his health. Allowing your loved ones to care for you is not a burden you place on them, he explains. It's an opportunity for them to show their love. He believes this trust deepens relationships, making them more meaningful. One of Mark's most cherished memories is a family reunion they organized for his 75th birthday. The day was filled with laughter, tears, and heartfelt toasts. As he sat surrounded by his children and grandchildren, he realized that no matter how much the world changes, the love of family is a constant, a foundation that anchors you through life's storms. For those who are young, Mark offers this advice: build strong relationships with your family now, because as you grow older, family will be the place you return to. He firmly believes that nurturing these bonds early on creates a lifetime of love and support. In the end, Mark sees family as the heartbeat of life. It doesn't need to be perfect, grand, or traditional. What matters is that it's real, a safe haven where love, forgiveness, and connection thrive. Family is the sanctuary where the soul finds peace, and it remains the most precious treasure as the years go by. 3. A loving family, the sanctuary of the soul. For Mark, family has always been the greatest source of encouragement and comfort in his life. Whether he experienced great successes at work or endured difficult times, family remained the place where he found peace and the motivation to keep going. He has 2 children and 3 grandchildren, each holding a special place in his heart. Mark always makes an effort to stay connected with his family. Whether it's a quick call to check on his son's health or a long conversation with his granddaughter about her future plans, he believes that maintaining regular contact is the best way to strengthen family bonds. Every year, Mark hosts at least one large family gathering at his home, where everyone comes together to reminisce about old memories and create new ones. Family isn't perfect, Mark shares, his eyes filled with understanding, but it's where we learn to cherish and forgive. He knows that in every family, there are disagreements, misunderstandings, and even old wounds from the past. Yet for him, family is not a place to hold on to grievances, it's a space for healing and love. He firmly believes that forgiveness not only lightens one's heart, but also helps to build stronger connections with loved ones. Mark's family gatherings are always filled with laughter and joy. He recalls one particularly special Christmas, where the entire family sat around the dinner table, enjoying a meal together and sharing stories from different corners of their lives. His grandchildren excitedly shared their school achievements, while his children talked about new projects at work. In those moments, he deeply felt the profound meaning of the word family. But family isn't just where Mark gives. It's also where he receives. He has learned to accept help from his children as age began to affect his health and mobility. Tasks like fixing household items or running errands have now become ways for his children to show their care for him. Accepting help from your family isn't a burden, he explains. It's a way to give them the opportunity to show their love. Spending time with his family isn't just a responsibility, it's a joy. For him, family moments don't need to be grand or extravagant. Sometimes, just spending an afternoon on the porch with his grandchildren, sharing a cup of tea and listening to their dreams, brings him complete happiness. Mark also often shares advice with younger people. He frequently reminds his grandchildren, build strong relationships with your family now, because as you grow older, family will be the place you return to. He understands that modern life can easily pull people into daily worries and responsibilities, but he believes a happy family is the solid foundation that helps everyone overcome life's challenges. To Mark, family is not only a refuge in difficult times, but also a source of inspiration to live each day to the fullest. Though imperfect, family is always the sanctuary of the soul, a place where he finds companionship, joy, and above all, unconditional love. 4. Friendship, the river of emotions. One of the things that makes Mark feel his life is truly complete is the close friendships he has nurtured over the years. Though life has taken each of them on different paths, they've always found ways to stay in touch and maintain their bonds. Every afternoon, Mark and a few of his friends gather at a small, quiet tea shop in town. They sit around a simple wooden table, steaming cups of tea before them, sharing life's stories and reminiscing about cherished memories. For Mark, these gatherings are more than just conversations. They are moments that give his life greater meaning. Friendship is like a river, he often says. It brings refreshing coolness, nourishes the soul, and helps us endure both scorching days and turbulent storms. At the age of 75, he understands that friendship is not just about sharing joy. It's also a source of emotional support during life's challenges. Mark recalls a difficult period in his life, shortly after retiring, when he felt a deep sense of emptiness and loneliness. His previously busy work schedule had left him little time to nurture relationships outside of his family. But as life slowed down, he realized that building and maintaining friendships was crucial. Close friends are the family you choose, he says with a warm smile. Those afternoons spent with friends are among the moments Mark treasures most. They discuss everything from small matters like gardening tips and recipes to significant life lessons they've learned along the way. Every story and every shared laugh adds meaning to his days. Friends may not always solve your problems, Mark shares, but they're there to listen, and sometimes that's all you really need. Friendship, for Mark, is also a remedy for the soul. He recalls a time when one of his friends experienced a profound loss. The group organized a special gathering to offer comfort and support. Words of encouragement and heartfelt hugs helped their friend feel less alone and slowly regain hope in life. For Mark, friendship isn't just about being present during happy times, but also standing by each other through life's toughest moments. However, friendship isn't only about physical gatherings or long conversations. Sometimes, a simple message asking how someone is doing, a thoughtful card sent on a special occasion, or a brief word of encouragement is enough to keep the bond alive. Mark believes that friendship doesn't have to be grand or elaborate. What matters most is sincerity and consistency. At his age, Mark has come to see friendship as a river of emotions, bringing vibrancy and life to the soul. Each friend contributes their own unique stream, enriching the larger picture of his life. Friends don't just help me feel less lonely. He says they remind me that life is always worth living, no matter what. 5. Purpose in life. The guiding light. The most important thing Mark always emphasizes is, live with purpose. For him, purpose is not something distant or grand. It's a direction that makes each of his days meaningful. Every morning, when he opens his eyes, Mark feels he has another opportunity to learn, contribute, and enjoy life. It's a guiding light that helps him navigate through life's ups and downs, finding joy in every moment. Mark firmly believes that living with purpose isn't just about achieving great milestones. It's about enriching his daily life and the lives of others. One of the things he dedicates much of his time to is teaching music to children in his neighborhood. When he first began teaching, he thought it was just a way to fill his free time. But over time, he realized that seeing the joy on the children's faces when they mastered a song was a priceless reward. When I teach music, I'm not just teaching them notes. I'm passing on a passion and love for art, he shared. In addition to teaching music, Mark spends time writing in his journal. This is how he records his thoughts, feelings, and the lessons he learns each day. His journal is not just a place to preserve memories, but also a tool for self-reflection and personal growth. When I write, it feels like I'm having a conversation with myself, he said. I find answers to questions I've long pondered. Beyond teaching and writing, Mark actively participates in charity activities in his community. He often volunteers at programs providing meals for the homeless, donates old clothes, and organizes small fundraisers to support underprivileged children. I can't change the entire world, he said, but I can make life a little better for a few people. He believes every small action has meaning, and that helping others not only benefits them, but also enriches his own soul. Mark often says that purpose in life doesn't have to be grand or luxurious. Sometimes it's as simple as tending to a garden, reading an engaging book, or spending quality time talking to loved ones. He believes purpose can come from anything as long as it brings happiness and peace to your life. For Mark, living with purpose is a way to combat the emptiness and lack of meaning that many people might feel as they grow older. Purpose is the guiding light that keeps you from losing your way, he shared. It's what makes him feel that every day has value and every moment is worth cherishing. Mark encourages those around him, especially younger generations, to seek their purpose in life early on. Everyone has a reason to wake up in the morning, he says. Don't let life pass by meaninglessly. Make a difference, even a small one, and you'll find your life feels much more fulfilling. In conclusion, Mark offers this message: let your purpose in life be the light that illuminates your path. It not only helps you overcome challenges, but also allows you to experience joy, peace, and the true value of life. Old age is not merely a time to look back, but a precious opportunity to live a life full of meaning, completeness, and rich emotions. It's a special stage where people can reflect on past lessons, draw wisdom from challenges, and enjoy the small joys of the present. For Mark, old age is a time to slow down, love himself more, and focus on what truly matters. Looking back on his journey, Mark recognizes that health is the foundation of everything. Taking care of his body not only allows him to stay well, but also enables him to savor every moment of life. Every step he takes in the park, every nutritious meal he enjoys, and every simple yoga session is an act of self-love. Health, as he often says, is not a destination, but a journey he chooses to embark on each day. Beyond health, Mark understands that financial stability brings peace and freedom. Planning his finances early has freed him from worrying about unexpected expenses in life. For him, money is not just a tool to sustain life, but a key to pursuing passions, enjoying travels, and contributing to the community through charitable activities. Family to Mark is the sanctuary of the soul, a place where he finds comfort and motivation. Family reunions, phone calls to check in, or simply sitting with his grandchildren and listening to them share their dreams for the future are moments he treasures deeply. He often reminds others, build strong relationships with your family now, because as you grow older, family will be the place you return to. But it's not just family. Friendships are another vital stream in Mark's life. His close friends, who have walked alongside him through the years, bring him joy, empathy, and laughter. He realizes that friendships not only help him combat loneliness, but also inspire him to continue living positively and meaningfully. Lastly, and most importantly, Mark highlights the value of living with purpose. To him, every new day is an opportunity to learn, contribute, and enjoy. Whether it's teaching music to children, journaling, or participating in charity work, he feels he is living a fulfilling life. Purpose is the guiding light, he shares. It keeps you from losing your way and reminds you that life is always worth experiencing. Mark concludes his story with a profound message. Love yourself, take care of your health, plan your finances, nurture your family relationships, keep good friends by your side, and live each day with purpose. These words are not just lessons from his life, but a gift he wishes to give to everyone, especially those embarking on their journey into old age. If you find these lessons valuable, share them with your loved ones. Let these lessons inspire them to see that old age is not an end, but a new chapter filled with opportunities and meaning. Don't forget to visit the Life Stories 365 channel to explore more inspiring stories. This is not just a place to share heartfelt tales, but a home for kindness, gratitude, and connection. Every story carries profound lessons, helping you find joy and purpose in every moment of life. Click subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss any of our videos. We are committed to bringing meaningful content that will accompany you on your journey of self-discovery and living a life of true value. No matter what stage of life you're in, we hope the stories from Life Stories 365 will be a companion, inspiring you to live each day meaningfully. Let old age become the most beautiful time in your life, a time to love, learn, contribute, and embrace all the wonders life has to offer.